Alright y'all, if you've been following the series of live streams that I've been doing both on this channel and on Michelle Walks, because I've run out of free StreamYard hours on this channel. I get 20 free hours from StreamYard, that's the deal, 20 hours a month, after which time you got to pay. And this month I've run out because of Danilo Cavalcante and then because of this case. But I don't pay the paid version because I'm a tightwad, and I don't stream enough to get the paid version. So I'm now streaming over on Michelle Walks because I have another account on there. That's how I circumvent things. In the live stream that I did yesterday, we're up to part 2 of this document, this massive document. We were talking about the people that Richard Allen's defence have named. And I didn't have a picture of Patrick Westphal, who appears to be kind of the head honcho. He appears to be the one that they're all looking up to. He appears to be the one who's like the godfather of this Odinist cult in and around Delphi, Indiana. He's the one that lives in Delphi. He's the one who lives close to, about 3 miles away from the place where Abby and Libby were murdered. Anyway, did find a picture of him on Brad Holder, who's a fanboy of Patrick, up until February 2017. And according to Brad's ex-wife, if you want to believe what an ex will say, then it all went to shit. And there was some level of confession made. So go and check out last night's live stream over on Michelle Walks, where we talk about that. Anyway, someone sent me by email, and thank you again to you, this is very useful, sent me this article. So we're going to read it. Let's read this article. Behind the American Guard, hardcore white supremacists. So I'm not interested in the politics behind this. I'm interested in the people that it talks about, because 2 of them are named in Richard Allen's defence's memorandum. The following piece was originally posted on our National Extremist blog. See the original piece by clicking here. And by the way, this is in the Chicago ADL Midwest. Dozens of people showed up at the Indiana State House in Indianapolis on March 25th, 2017 to support President Trump and his administration of making America great again. Again, not into the politics of this. It's not a political channel. This is not a political video. I'm focusing on the people in this article that are named in that memorandum. But a dozen of the ralliers, a significant portion of the whole, were a little different. They had American flags, but also carried strange shields. Many wore T-shirts that read American Guard or Vinlanders. A few had somewhat sinister appearances, such as the marchers who wore Vinlanders sunglasses and sported a racial holy war tattoo. These marchers were actually members and associates of a group called the American Guard, and were there, they later stated, to provide security for the march against the threat of left-wing protesters. The American Guard formed in Indiana in 2016 and officially went national in February 2017, the very month that Libby and Abby were murdered. I don't know whether that's a coincidence. I don't know. With the stated goal of voluntary community protection, activism and service based around the ideals of American constitutional nationalism and the preservation of Western culture. The group would, it claimed, encourage Americans of any race, class or faith to participate with us in their belief. I'm not sure that Americans of any race would be welcome. That's just my opinion. Even a cursory examination of the American Guard, however, suggests that its deliberately innocuous self-description may not be accurate. The group's logo prominently displays 2 crossed meat cleavers, while members frequently use images of actor Daniel Day-Lewis in his role as Bill the Butcher in the movie. This one, I think this is who Patrick Westphal is perhaps trying to emulate. Maybe. I don't know. So Daniel Day-Lewis in his role of Bill the Butcher in the movie The Gangs of New York. Bill the Butcher was a fictionalised version of William Poole, the leader of the Bowery Boys, a violent street gang in New York, infamous for its attacks on immigrants. And like the Bowery Boys, whom they apparently admire, the American Guard has a background with connections to anti-immigrant extremism, hatred and violence. So if these Vinlanders, these Odinists, if they were the ones responsible for the murder of Abby and Libby, what were their motive? Because both Abby and Libby were white. Well, apparently one member of one of their girls' families was having some kind of interracial relationship, and that's a big no-no. Is that enough of a motive to murder them? I don't know. Everything in this defence document, it's wild. It's wild. It's part of the case now, so we've got to talk about it. Indeed, before the American Guard was the American Guard, it was actually the Indiana chapter of a group called the Soldiers of Odin, USA, a branch of an extreme anti-immigrant and anti-refugee group that originated in Finland in 2015 and has spread to many countries. The Soldiers of Odin conduct vigilante patrols to protect citizens from the ostensible depredations of refugees. The Indiana Soldiers of Odin conducted several such patrols in 2016. As a recent ADL report has shown, many Soldiers of Odin USA are white supremacists or anti-government extremists. The man who started the Indiana Soldiers of Odin and who later converted it into the American Guard is Brian James, a long-time white supremacist who was one of the founders of the Vinlanders Social Club, a hardcore racist skinhead gang that has a high association with violence. In fact, members or associates of VSC have been responsible for at least 9 murders as well as many other crimes. So they are capable of murder. This group collectively are capable of murder. Another VSC founder, Adrian Apodaca, was recently arrested in Florida on federal drug robbery and weapons charges, as well as charges related to an alleged murder for hire plot. Brian James can be seen below at the MAGA March and posing with other Vinlanders. So that guy has not been mentioned in the memorandum, so he's not relevant. A number of Vinlanders took part in the Indianapolis rally, some of whom posed for photographs among other and witty marches while flashing the Vinlander hand sign. So the Vinlanders have a hand sign. Is it the one that Patrick was giving on Facebook? I don't know. Now we get to somebody who is mentioned in the memorandum. Vinlander probate member Johnny Messer of Indianapolis can be seen below at the MAGA March. The march flashing the Vinlanders hand sign in a Facebook image wearing a Vinlanders probate patch. There's the hand sign. So yeah, that is the one that Patrick was doing. Somebody asked me last night what the hand sign was, and I didn't know. Well, it's the Vinlanders hand sign. Mickey McGinley of Indianapolis, a patched VSC member, can be seen at the MAGA March. Okay, so he's not in the memorandum, but this guy is. Below, one can see Vinlander probate member Patrick Westfall at the MAGA March posing with other march participants and in a Facebook image wearing a Vinlander probate shirt. There he is. There's our Patrick. He's the one that Brad Holder seemed to be fanboying about until they fell out in February 2017, after which time Brad told his ex-wife that he was dangerous, capable of murder. They go on to talk about the Illinois chapter. So, yeah, these guys have basically hijacked the name of the Old Norse god Odin. They've hijacked that for their own extreme beliefs. Again, not political. Talking about this because it's part of the Delphi case now, thanks to the defence. So it's very important that we do take this seriously. Whether you believe it, whether it's too extreme, whether you think Richard Allen is still the killer. Look, I'm open-minded. I think Bridge Guy looks very much like Richard Allen. Was Richard Allen involved in this stuff? Was he embroiled in it all? And the defence are just not saying that. They're keeping that quiet. Possibly. They're defending the client. It will be very interesting to see what the state comes back with. Whether we'll be allowed to see it, though, is another matter, because, you know, the memorandum was sealed shortly after it was posted, but it was too late. It's out there. It's out there and we can talk about it. So there's that. Anyway, let me know what you think about all of this very distasteful stuff in the comments, and I'll see you very soon in the next video. Bye, guys.